So I'm off the road for a few days, back home, doing some writing. Just came back from representing a law enforcement officer who was accused of, among other things, basically shooting a coworker with a Nerf gun. Never thought I'd see that one, but here we are. And on the way back, I saw an invitation to a symposium dealing with the decline of the court martial, which is something I've noticed for a long time. I've periodically over the years looked at the raw data, right? How many court martials is the military doing? What types of cases are they prosecuting? What are the acquittal rates? How many are going to guilty pleas? What sort of sentences are the judges imposing? And that gives us some data driven analysis that helps us resolve cases in a way that's favorable to the client. So this morning I got up and I looked at some of the raw data and I've included it here. And to help you understand what the current trends in court martials are, the volume has gone way down. There was a time maybe 10 years ago where the Army did upwards of 50 court martials a month. In June of 26, they did maybe 30. I've got the data on the slide here. The same is true of the other branches as well. They're doing very few court martials relative to what we've seen in the past. And what the data is showing us is that the lawyers are doing deals and they're doing a lot of deals. You can see from the data here that there were across all four branches, the Army, Navy, Marine Corps, Air Force. I did not include the Coast Guard because the volume was so low that it wasn't really helpful. But there were 80 total trials, and 67 of them went to guilty pleas. You had 13 contested cases. You had very few acquittals. You have very few sexual assault trials. I've included out the data here on the slides, which you can peruse. And so what the data tells us is that the lawyers are doing deals, and they're doing a lot of them. Part of that is probably attributable to the Office of Special Trial Counsel. I think they're probably cherry picking their cases. I think that their bandwidth is probably stretched thin, where they don't have the capacity to do court martials. I think that sentencing guidelines are coercing and pressuring people into taking deals, whether they think they're guilty or not. So there's been a lot of changes to military justice over the last few years, and I'll have plenty to say about that. But if you actually want to fight your case and you want a free initial consultation, give me a call, 833 934 UCMJ 8265.